Hi everybody, welcome back. A couple of the most common knives that I kind of EDC. The most common one would be the Gerber that I typically carry with me. With the Gerber, the most common tool I'll typically use is going to be the pliers. So a couple of the shortcomings with the Gerber, you do have to open it in order to access any of the tools. So to open it, just slide it up, and then you can access the tools on either side and all the blades on either side. With the Leatherman Wave, I used to carry this a lot when I was out hiking and camping and stuff. I don't typically carry this quite as much anymore, just because it is a little bit floppy right now from a piece of metal on it breaking, just because of the temper on it wasn't 100% perfect, and that caused it to break right in here. You can see where the little piece broke off, and that makes it a little floppy. So with that, I typically would use the two knives on it, the file and the saw on it. The other one I'll often EDC is going to be the Gerber Dime. So with the Gerber Dime, you can access everything on the outside. So you have your scissors. You're going to have two different screwdrivers and a small little file on one. Then on the other side, you're going to have a knife blade, and then on the other side, you're going to have a small box cutter. Now, a lot of times if I want to be a little more discreet when I'm carrying any kind of a multi-tool, this is what I'm going to carry with me. For our pliers, you just need to open that up, and they are spring activated. Now for the Gerber multi-tool, we're going to have a knife on here. This one is a little bit dirty because I've just been using it out in the garden a few minutes ago. We also have a file. We're then going to have a bottle opener, a screwdriver, and then two smaller screwdrivers. And then on the other side, we're going to have a can opener. We'll have a bottle opener. And then we'll have a spot that we can tie that off on, along with our pliers as well. With the Leatherman Wave, we're going to have a serrated blade, and you can tell that it's a serrated side even without opening it, because it's going to have that little bit of jimping on the top. On the other side, we're going to have a saw blade. Now that saw blade's really good for a little bit of pruning. If you want to do some smaller bushcraft tasks, you're going to be easily able to do it with that. On the other side, we're going to have a straight blade, and then opposite that we will have our diamond file. It'll have a coarse side and a rough side, and then if we close our blades up, we'll open it up. We can access our pliers. This just needs to be cleaned out a little bit and re-oiled so that everything opens up a little bit easier. So we're going to have our pair of scissors in here, and then we'll have a couple of screwdrivers, and then on the other side we'll have a can opener, a screwdriver, and then a flat screwdriver. You can see there's a little bit of rust on this. I haven't used it in quite a while. So what I'll do after this video is I'll actually spend some time and I'll get all that rust off here as well. Now right now these are kind of the three that I'll typically carry with me. Now what I've done is I've gone out and I've picked up a couple of new multi-tools here as well to try out. So I picked up two dye camping multi-tools. These I picked up on AliExpress. They're very similar to what the Leatherman would be. So they do come with a knife sheath to start with. So you open that up. So similar to the Leatherman multi-tool, if we open it up, that'll give us access to our pliers. And then on the inside, we're going to have a screwdriver. Now with the screwdriver on this, it does have replaceable bits. These are a standard size bit as well. So if we need a different bit in here, we can certainly change that out with another standard size bit. We can see that there is a little bit of oil on here to make sure that it doesn't rust at all while it's in shipping. On the other side, we're going to have a large pair of scissors. We'll also have a flat screwdriver and a bottle opener, or I'm sorry, a can opener. And I'm not sure what we'd classify this as. It looks like a very, very small screwdriver that you'd possibly use to fix your glasses. With a locking device on here. To unlock them, you need to push down, and then we'll be able to lower everything. So with the Leatherman, it has no locking device for any of our tools that we'll have out. And then all of our blades are going to be accessible on the outside, similar to our Leatherman. So we're going to have a serrated blade. So on that serrated blade, there's no real way to tell that this one's the serrated blade as opposed to the straight blade like you'd have the little jimping on the Leatherman. We're also going to have a saw opposite. Same idea, it's going to be a small bushcraft saw in order to do smaller woodworking tasks. On the other side, we're going to have a straight blade. And then we're going to have our diamond file. So we'll have a fine diamond file, and then we'll have a cross etch file on the other side. The other thing I really, really like about this, it does come with a belt clip. Now with my Gerber today, my Gerber actually fell off my belt today while I was outside mowing the lawn. And I spent about an hour, hour and a half looking for it in the lawn, because my leather case stretched out a little bit for it, and I've had to sew it a couple times just to take that slack up. I'll probably need to do that again here soon. So that's everything that comes in the box for that case. I also picked up another multi-tool tool as well. So I have opened both of these already previously, but if we open that up, we're going to have a spare set of cutter blades. So on this one, we'll have a set of bit drivers. These are going to be a standard size bit driver as well. I have a little bit of oil on my hands just from the actual knives themselves where they are brand new. So I'll open that up and I'll just take one of the bits out. So as we can see, we have a little detent ball so that the bit won't come out. And then we have a varied selection of different bits that we can use. So there's also torques on these, and what is a really nice feature. They are security torques, so they'll fit in any torque at all. We'll slide that back into the front. And with that, there are liner locks for all the knives and that pair of scissors. So for our serrated blade, same idea. Like I said, you can't tell without looking at, just from feeling it. There's no serration or anything on the top, no jimping, anything. There's going to be the liner lock right there. And then on this side, we're going to have a diamond file and a cross etch file. Now with this right here, we can also take that file out. And as you can see right here, it's a standard hacksaw style insert. So what we can do is there are a couple of hacksaw blades that it comes with. If we open one of these up, we can then put our hacksaw blade in. And then we're going to have a saw on our multi-tool. Now when you do that, you can put that in either way. So you want to make sure that when you put it away, You don't do this, where you're going to have the serrated blade sticking out with all the teeth sticking out as well. And we'll put our file back in. And then we're going to have our straight blade. I can't remember if I already showed this one or not. If I did, we'll show it again. Then on the inside, when we open it up, we're going to have our pliers. Inside of our pliers, we have a set of Torx for our wire snippers in the middle. And these ones are going to be replaceable wire snippers. Inside, we're going to have our screwdriver, which takes up that whole center part. Once again, we're going to have replaceable bits that are flippable with that detent on it as well. So instead of just having one possible screwdriver, we're going to have a whole selection as well. And then on the other side, can opener, we'll have two different size flathead screwdrivers, and then we're going to have a large awl on top of that as well. And for all of these on the outside, or on the inside rather, those are going to lock into place so they can't close on us. Same idea. They're going to have that button on the top. Push that. That'll then allow us to unlock our tool and put that away. Now inside the side of the pouch here, there is a little slot for those hacksaw blades. So we'll slide those hacksaw blades back in. And we'll put both of them in. On the other side, there's a small torque wrench that allows us to take any of these off so that we can tighten them, loosen them. It's also the exact same size for the teeth in there as well. The teeth will also fit in that pouch as well. So what I'm thinking right now is this is probably going to be my new EDC tool that I'm going to start carrying around with me. I typically carry a full-size multi-tool, and then I'll pair that with my Streamlight as well. So I do have a brand new Streamlight that I've got at the exact same time that I have my current one. So these are kind of my two most often used EDC tools right now, and as you can see, a lot of the paint's coming off them, and they've been well used and well loved. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for now. So I'll give you guys an update once I've used this multi-tool for a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll give you guys some feedback on how much I liked it. Now, in comparison for price, I paid about $200 for my Leatherman Wave when they first came out. I paid about $100 Canadian, $120 Canadian for my Gerber. Both of these on AliExpress were about $50 Canadian each. So as regards to value for your money, these are going to be a little bit better value for your money. I think there was about $5, $10 difference between the price of the two of them. I'll leave links down in the description below. Now the steel that's used on these multi-tools isn't the same quality. However, for the price, I suspect they're going to hold up relatively well. And the difference in the quality of the metal for these two multi-tools as opposed to the more expensive ones, I don't think are going to be that big of an issue. All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you're notified when I upload new videos.